Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Christina and we're back again with another video today. I'm going to be reacting to this video called Vegans versus Meat Eaters, What is the Right Diet? Which I think is already a problematic title because veganism, again, is not a diet. But let's see if they talk about that in the video. It's made by Jubilee, which is this company that kind of makes these panels and debates with people with differing opinions. Some videos are better than others, so to speak, but we're gonna watch this one today, so let's go.
I believe that humans are the top of the food chain.
There it goes. Ah, damn.
Is a human at the same level of equivalence as like a fish?
Right.
That's probably a big reason why I'm not vegan anymore.
Right.
Because I didn't see that I had to see myself at a moral equivalent of a fish.
I mean, vegans don't say that you have to see yourself at the moral equivalent of a fish. Like, you don't have to value someone equally not to want to murder them, in my opinion. Like, we can agree that animals maybe are inferior to us on different levels, but I wouldn't say that gives us the power or the right to kill them just because we feel like it.
And I think the most important question is, why should I love my neighbor rather than eat my neighbor? My name's Steve Michalski. I was a vegan for a year.
Why should I love my neighbor rather than eat my neighbor? It's because probably you would want the neighbor to treat you like you would want to be treated. I don't think you want to be eaten, so why would you do that to someone else? It's really not a difficult question.
I don't even see what is a food chain, you know what I'm saying? That's just some construct some guy made and put a little diagram and put us human beings on the top, so.
True.
I don't think it's a question of whether we're at the top. I think it's a question of what do you do with that? If you have a more conscious energy than an animal, what do you do with that power? Do you choose to take a life or do you choose to live in love?
Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely. Like just because we have the power to do something doesn't mean that we should, or doesn't mean that we should misuse that power, abuse that power, which I think is what we're doing now. Like, even if you say oh, God gave us dominion over animals, that doesn't mean that our dominion can be used in a way to harm others.
I put a lot of thought into my meals.
Sometimes, depends.
Health is extremely important. I don't find that I can function at my best, either healthy, productive, emotionally stable, or intellectually capable, unless I have a lot of proper nutrients in my diet.
I live a fast pace, kind of like I'm working late nights or I'm waking up early, so sometimes it's easier to grab this quick processed sandwich, or I wish I planned my meals out more. I think I would feel a lot better.
I think it's really powerful no matter what you're eating to put your intentions into it, whether it's prayer, invocation, and there's just such great power and presence versus just scarfing something down, but can I just really be present with this meal, take my time and chew it slowly?
I don't think this has much to do with veganism, to be honest. Whether you eat healthy or plan out your meals, that's not related to veganism. It's only tangentially related to veganism because veganism is a philosophy that extends to diet, but it's not a diet. Which I think that's the problem with this video mostly. It doesn't really understand what veganism is, and it's not showing people a better understanding of veganism. I think it's just leaving people in ignorance. The people who watch this, who think veganism is a diet, they're just gonna go away from it or come away from it thinking that it's still a diet when it is obviously not.
I would kill an animal.
Okay.
I think there'd be tons of context where I'd kill an animal. If a lion's going to go kill a baby, I'd probably kill an animal. I'd kill an animal to save a human life, and I get that vegans probably wouldn't do that.
If I could do to prevent...
Oh, did you see Aubrey's reaction? She was like, oh, not this again. I feel that the situation of survival is completely different from the convenient lifestyle that we're living right now, in which we have a choice. When it comes to killing an animal for survival, for necessity, I would say I would think that's morally understandable. But it's a completely different situation. I don't know what I would do. I wouldn't think it's wrong to kill that animal in that situation, but that's not the situation that we're in.
Like if I was protecting myself and we had like something that we could do to get that animal away, I would definitely try to not kill it. I mean, I feel
Or if
like
it comes down to you or the animal, you killing the animal?
I would.
So you need to make that distinction because, I mean, when you choose, when your choice is like human life versus animal life, it's much more understandable to like kill the animal, but that's not the situation we're in. Because our situation is basically on one side of the scale, we have like the life of an animal. On the other side, we have like taste, pleasure, and convenience. And that's basically what we're exchanging that life for, which is not a fair comparison at all.
Why is it always the
think about
extreme
this.
case when talking about would I kill an animal? Like,
yeah, exactly.
if you were in this situation.
There aren't lions
You're
running
never
around
going to be in that
downtown LA.
situation.
When I was into hiking, there's mountain lions that come and kill people. You've known that, right? That's
Yes,
in Orange County,
totally.
right? That's not in the jungle in
It's not
Africa.
an everyday situation of
but-
would you kill an animal?
But it's Orange County.
And even if my attempt were to be successful, I would feel awful having killed the mountain lion.
Well, your feelings are your foundation then for your beliefs then.
100%. Are human beings
I wouldn't be as quick to say that. I don't think veganism or the vegan philosophy is purely based on feelings like, oh, I feel sad because this animal suffers. That is a part of it, obviously. Empathy in general, but it's not all based in feelings. It's based on a logical, like a moral consistency. Like if a human has this trait and that makes them like deserve a right to life and a right not to be harmed, then if animals also have that trait, we should like more, like consistently apply that. You know what I mean? It's not purely feelings based, but I wouldn't say that feelings are bad. Obviously, I think it's like a healthy balance of both.
Would you kill another human being to save another human being?
Yes.
What makes one person more valuable to another? Is it your relationship to that person?
It would probably be.
Yeah.
So if, for example, I raise an animal in the wild, it's like an animal I've built a relationship with, and that animal now threatens the life of a human being that I don't know, but I've known that animal its entire life. What makes killing that animal as just cause okay as opposed to saving that life? I have a longer relationship with that animal. Why would I kill the animal before I'd save that person? Because it's about relationship.
You kill a person over an animal. That's just
Correct.
how you- yeah.
Because I believe human beings are animals.
Now, I see humans at a different level, but maybe you value fish at the same level as a person. We see it very different.
No,
I do.
not every vegan obviously thinks that every animal is on the same level. I do believe in the sliding scale of sentience. I do believe there's a hierarchy, quote unquote, of sentience. But like, I think if there's any sentience present in an animal at all, that we should respect their life and respect their, their interests, and not kill them intentionally. But I wouldn't say it's necessary to believe that they are on the same level. This whole question is just so tangential to the issue. Like if you had a relationship with an animal and then you had to pick between like that animal that you know and the human that you don't know, it's not a scenario that happens very often, if at all. God, these prompts,
Than it should to eat healthy.
to some extent.
More expensive to eat healthy. I don't think it's too expensive. Farmer's market is something that I'm trying to frequent more.
I mean, I think it's more effort. I wouldn't say it's more expensive necessarily because Whole Foods, I mean, especially here, Whole Foods are like the cheapest foods on the market, especially like rice and grains and stuff like that, beans, they're not expensive, but, to always cook a meal for yourself and to plan out your meals and like to eat healthy and always get the recommended amount of nutrients like every day, every week. Like it takes time and it takes effort. I would say that's more the thing than money.
I think our culture as a society is just ingrained towards like the fast food culture, which is cheap and accessible. But now I think
Yes.
we have more of a established like medical basis on what's healthy and what's not healthy. And to get that content and to have it be tasty as well is expensive.
I'm running in. I have so much to say. It does not cost more money to be vegan. That is a myth. It takes planning. Yes, the convenience is less. Can you grab a hamburger at McDonald's? For sure, for 99 cents. But how much lentils can you buy? The issue is capitalism. Like, that is what is keeping us where we are. It's not that humans are smarter and they're going to come up with this technology. The technology exists. It is there. We can feed so many people. It is capitalism and factory farming.
And most of these companies that are selling us products that are...
I don't know if I'll ever give up chicken. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't know. I want to eat a lot cleaner chicken.
Do you guys have like cheat days?
What does that mean?
Hell no. I am vegan 100% at the front line, ethical reasons, always, always, always. And that's why I don't think in 24 years I've ever gone back.
They didn't even establish like what veganism was at the beginning of the video. Like, this is just a bit annoying, honestly, because it's perpetuating the idea that veganism is just like a fad diet, like a trend or something, like an aesthetic thing, when it is a philosophy. Like, it's something like real, it's something tangible, it's like, you know, and it just frustrates me that this message is still being perpetuated when I would love for people, for society at large, to have a more, like a deeper or like a more holistic understanding of what veganism actually is.
There's always choices, and it's always choices we make. Like you said, you may never give up meat fully, but it's like you're making a choice. You're at least thinking for yourself and making a decision, and like that's all you can ask people to do, is think for themselves.
I don't think people can really make an informed choice when they're not informed about the full consequences of that choice, because most people don't know what happens in like animal agriculture. They don't know how the animals that ended up on their plate have been slaughtered. They don't know what their life was like. They trust the labels, but they don't know what's happening. Most people don't know that pigs are gassed. Most people don't know that, you know, cows have their young taken away. Most people don't know that male chicks get ground up after their first day of birth. Most people have no idea. And those factors should be considered when, you know, making that choice. So definitely, I think it's a problem of information as well, for sure.
Coming out.
Thank you. Are you serious?
Nice to meet you, lady.
So that was the end of the video. Definitely very focused on veganism as a diet when, again, not a diet. Kind of disappointed in this video and Jubilee perpetuating misinformation, because information is important. A correct understanding of concepts is important. The vegans did try to kind of work it into that direction. Definitely Aubrey, I think was her name. She was definitely like the most ethical vegan there. She gets it. She's based. But yeah, interesting discussion, although I would have loved for it to start off with the right definition of veganism, leaning more into the philosophical or ethical direction of things rather than, you know, diet. So those are my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again in the next one.